Alright, this is Rob again with another do-it-yourself video for you. I'm going to be replacing the doorknob, actually the whole mechanism and doorknob on this door, because what happened was it wore out inside here. When you turn the doorknob, it doesn't pull the latch back, so I kind of got stuck in the house. So I had to wedge a screwdriver down in here and pull this back in order to get the door open. This is one of those retro style doorknobs. It's old. It uses a skeleton key, but I have a deadbolt up here because obviously you don't want to use this for an outside doorknob. Somebody can easily pick that lock. So I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm sure there's like 1,000 videos out there. You know, this is a simple procedure, and I'm sure everybody has a lot of people have put a video up of this, but I'm going to show you an additional step that maybe you didn't see, maybe you did. If you look at this new mechanism that I have here, it fits in that way. And as you can see, the latch is pointing a different direction. Here's your deadbolt. Here's my deadbolt on the new one. So I'm going to show you how to reverse this piece around so you can complete that job and have the door close. So that's kind of why I'm doing the video. You know, again, maybe you'll find this for entertainment purposes only, or maybe you'll find it useful. But that's the reason why I'm making the video, though, is because of this piece here being different than that piece. So you want to start by obviously taking out the screw here, which I already did. And if you want to replace these plates, you can. You don't have to. These plates are pretty much non-wearing. If you want to replace the doorknobs, because they get all messed up. So now you have a screw on the inside of the doorknob here that holds the doorknob tight on this piece that goes through, you know, for the doorknobs to attach to. So basically you only have to unloosen one side. I unloosen this side and you'll unscrew it like a screw. And just pull this out. And there's your doorknob. I already took the screws out of this piece, so I'm just going to slide that right out. That's the old piece. It wore out inside here somewhere where it won't pull the latch back. And again, you can replace these two pieces if you want. You don't have to. You know, you'd be doing it just for the looks of it. I mean, obviously that's brand new, and these pieces over here are kind of weathered a little bit, so I guess I'll replace them anyway. Why not? Got them. So next step is I'm going to show you how to reverse the latch inside that mechanism. Alright, so I'm going to show you how to change this latch around, you know, depending on what side of the door your doorknob is on. So we'll do that, and all you got to do is take out that screw. You see these tools here? You're not going to need those. Those are just here for I don't know, entertainment purposes, or just to show you that I have tools, or whatever. I don't know, take it for what it is. But anyway, you only need a Phillips head screwdriver to get that out. So we'll take that out. It's a short one, little tiny screw. And we're going to take off this plate right here. Set that aside. Now in here, there's a spring but you shouldn't really have any issues getting that out. Lift that up like that. Watch it make a liar out of me here. So we're going to have to get that spring out. So we need a small screwdriver to get that out. There's a spring right in here. Oh, it's falling apart on me. Must be made in China. Everything is, right? Everything. Everything's made in China. But that's alright. Oh, we could leave that out for now. We'll leave that out. We'll just get a screwdriver behind the spring here. Pop that out as well. Slide this back. Didn't expect that to happen. So you're gonna have to pull that whole thing out. You'll have to get the spring out all the way. I don't quite have it. It's a little bit harder to get out than I thought it was going to be. So let's see if we can get the spring out all the way first. Just watch it doesn't go flying, because it will. And it did. It went flying on me. That's alright though. We got it. So that allows you to pull that out and flip it over. There you go. So you're flipped over. And now we've got to find those springs that shot away. I really wasn't planning on that happening, but it did. So I will be right back while I find those springs. 2 of them. Alright, so I found the springs that shot away. It's that one. So you definitely got to keep an eye on that one, because that one's a little harder to find than this one here. So this is actually the first time I'm doing this, so you're learning with me. So we'll put this spring back in here, and there's a little stop right there. So the spring will go in here and against the stop. That way the latch pops back out when it needs to. So you got that set. And again, like I said, you're learning with me because I've never done this before. You know, I just kind of figured, since there was no doorknobs where I bought this that had the latch facing the other way, all of them on the shelf face the one way. So maybe it's in the instructions. I don't know. Maybe it's in the instructions how to do it. I don't really know. I don't look at instructions. I just figure it out. I was a mechanic at one point, so I could generally figure things out. And you'll put this piece back in. Now, where this goes, and you're going to bring this back over the top. the latch has to come back over the top on this little metal part that sticks up off this mechanism that I just put in. So I'm going to push this piece forward, and there we go. So that way it works. You see that it works. And now we'll see if we can figure this spring out here, because I am not sure how this spring was. I usually look at things while I'm taking them apart, but I didn't quite see how this one set in there. So this one's going to be trial and error here. I think I can see how it sets in. Right there. And right there. See what I did there? Right here and right here. That's how it appears to set in. I guess it's a little bit of an added extra spring strength to this, so it latches, and also to prevent this part of the mechanism from falling down and not doing what it's supposed to do for the deadbolt part of it. So that's that's in, and then we'll put this piece back in. This piece fell out on me. Now, do you remember how I had this piece in here? I don't quite remember. Let's see, maybe I'm supposed to be back here. Let's find out. No, not quite. Not quite. So let's pick this piece up here. Alright, so I'm doing something wrong here, but that's alright. We'll get it. We'll get it. Don't worry about that. Alright, again. So I figured it out. I was putting this piece in incorrectly, so I was facing it this way. So the cams on this weren't able to pull the latch back. So you want to put it in this way. Right there. And that's it. That's how you reverse the latch on a retro doorknob mechanism, depending on which way your door is facing, left or right. So, you know, with that, this thing is all lubed up inside, so I don't know if there's any need for additional lube, but maybe I'll spray a little bit of this in there, fluid film. That's a pretty good lube for low temperature, high temperature. So I'll spray a little bit in there. You can never have enough lube. There's always room for more lube. Alright, maybe set this right on top of this so the oil doesn't go through onto this beautiful towel that's covering my dryer. Alright, so that's done. All you got to do now is put the lid back on. Very simple, very easy. Chef Tell said that. Do you remember Chef Tell? Chef Tell was one of the first TV chefs. Came way before Ramsay. And snug that up. Alright, so now it's ready to go in. That's all done. And that's how you reverse the latch on a retro door mechanism. Again, these aren't intended for outside because all it has is that skeleton key, and I'm sure these can be picked pretty easily, but I have a deadbolt on that door anyway, and that's what kind of mechanism is on that door, and I'm not changing the door out. If I ever change the door out, you'll see a video of it, but you'll see a video that'll take much longer than it should because I'm not a professional at changing doors out. You have to plane them and shim them and whatever. So I'm just going to replace that. Much easier. Alright, we'll go set this inside the door and put it back together. Alright, so we're going to wrap this up. And as you can see, I replaced the plates, whatever they're called, because the old ones were getting pretty bad. So now we're going to put the latch back in. In my case, the deadbolt's facing down, which it really should be that way on all of them. That's really the way it goes. And you know, with these pieces, when you're putting these pieces back together, don't use a power drill to screw these in. I mean, you can do what you want, but if you do, chances are you're going to strip this out. You don't want to do that. Just use a regular screwdriver to put them back in. Alright, so I have these final two screws to go here. I'm a craftsman guy by trade, but I'll tell you, this Cobalt screwdriver is awesome. You can grab it right here and just twist it a little bit. Look at that. Look at the action on that. Look at that. Just hold it and you can just do these minute turns of the screw depending on what you're doing. Look at that. That's unbelievable. My hat's off to Cobalt with that one. I hear a cat meowing out here. That is not my cat. That's a stray cat that I feed. Hear him? Sometimes it sounds like he's crying, but he's definitely fed well. Don't worry about that. He is fed well. I feed him. The neighbors feed him. He's good to go. Alright, so this screw up here seems like it did strip out on me. I don't know why, because I did not use a power tool to tighten that down. So I'm going to get a longer screw and back this one out, because you don't want this popping back out when you're trying to close the door, because if it does, it's going to stop you from closing the door if your door frame is tight against that. So you want to make sure that you get that in there. If you have to use a longer screw, use a longer screw. Because you don't want them stripped out. Alright, so that's better. And that's it. That's how you replace that. And again, the main thing that I was trying to show you was how to flip this latch around. That was my main thing, my main goal on that one. And again, your doorknobs, they twist on. You know, there's a screw here that tightens up against the flat part of this. You just have to make sure you screw it in far enough where it actually hits that area, and you'll slide it through. Like that. And then twist the other one on the other side, but just don't twist them too tight, because if you twist them really super tight and you open the door, this latch is not going to come back. So you want some play in there. Alright, and just remember, if I can do this, you can do it. Thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up if this video helped you out or just plain flat out entertained you. Goodbye.